Hello, space travelers, and welcome to my little corner of the galaxy. Oop, chat's going off screen there. There we go. Let me fix that. How's everyone doing today? David says, hello, humans in the chat. Remember, the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. We need to instead face every action rationally. Hey, Jiffy, how's it going? I'm having dinner right now. Ooh, what you eating? We made our, we'd like to make white chicken chili every once in a while. I will challenge a little bit of that, David, because even if we think rationally, that doesn't get rid of the irrational emotions. I think it's really important to acknowledge the irrationality of our emotions and treat them with kindness. But the second half, I agree, have no fear of perfection. You'll never reach it. Fear keeps us focused on the past or worried about the future. If we can acknowledge our fear, we can realize that the right now is okay. Yes, so something that I've had to instill in myself, but I usually extend it to other people, is what you're feeling right now is okay. And that's a hard one for anyone to accept, I feel. Let's see, yeah, fear. Hey Peaches, welcome to the chat. How are you? I hope you had a wonderful day. Souls, hello wonderful people, and hello Coolness Jiffy, and thank you so much again, Souls, for the candles that were sent to me by from my throne. I love them. I'm a candle person, so I really enjoy them so far. Chad is going off screen. We're just going on vacation. Yeah, I've been kind of tinkering with how chat is supposed to look in this square box here. I'm still figuring it out. I found the way I was doing it before was not correct, and I'm halfway there, but it's part of the learning process. So as I continue streaming, things will get better, but for now, I think it looks okay. Soul says, I'm doing wonderful, Jiffy. Had a good weekend. I played Atari 50. Ooh. And I had dinner. It was beef, white rice, green peppers, and biscuits. All I can think about is the green peppers and beef from Cowboy Bebop. David, I had chicken for dinner. Woohoo. Soul says, especially enjoy how Atari games start in 1971. Okay. Yeah, fear is a good topic, and it can extend from we're going into the spooky month, which is October, but I've had a lot of things that I've been thinking about that I've been going through personally. I won't always go in full detail, but a lot of what stopped me from doing what I'm doing right now is fear, and one of the things that my art page and or channel now has helped me do is to keep myself accountable. So I always try to talk about things that I experience. So it's almost like a little diary to myself, but I'm kind of putting myself out there to the internet, so it's a little more scary that way. So how was everyone else's weekend? I hope you had a great start to your week. Let me see here. I'm going to work on today. I thought it would be a good Sorry, I'm obsessed with the chat now. There we go. Today I thought would be fun to just do some more character creation work. Nebula's almost done. I've been kind of tinkering around with her a little bit, and I wanted to work on Neuro and D today, which are two characters of mine that I created. You guys have seen them, the two clowns. When I was kind of really accepting my diagnosis of autism and ADHD. So I thought it'd be a little therapeutic to kind of continue working on character creation. I do have sketches started for the next series that I want to do, which is the Kirby Cafe. And the only reason I want to do that is because I want to decorate my kitchen all Kirby stuff. So, and I don't draw food very often, and I have found that drawing food is really fun. Let's see here. You have a fear. Soul says they have a fear of a certain wax museum, especially a scary monster. Awesome. What monster is it, if I may ask? So, I watched a lot of sci-fi movies as a kid, and I think two of the things that I remember scaring me the most as far as monsters go is The Blob. And I think I watched the original 1950s version, and then the 1980s remake of The Fly. Terrifying. When was I just accepting the diagnosis? So I got diagnosed in 2021. It is now 2024. At first, and it's funny because I got diagnosed in April, which is Autism Awareness Month, right? I got married in Autism Awareness Month. It's like, oh, the world collided and everything makes sense. It's kind of like the stages, I think it's the stages of grief. And at first, I'm just like, was really happy about it. Like, oh yeah, this is fine. Okay, now I got it, right? And the more I thought about it, the more like the past started like making more sense. And I'm like, why? Like, I've had to like kind of suffer this whole time. It was really frustrating. And what's frustrating when you have autism and ADHD, and I've said this a couple times, at least for me, is, my autism. Oh, hello, $1,000. Welcome to the chat. How are you? Thanks for stopping by my little corner of the galaxy. I hope you enjoy your stay here. So, where was I? So, I got diagnosed, very happy about it, right? Oh, I have all these answers, but then the like anger sets in. It's like, oh, so I've been struggling all this time and thinking this, and this about myself. And when you have both ADHD and autism, the ADHD is like a party clown, very sporadic, doesn't like to pay attention to anything, very high energy. And the autism that wants the routine, it wants a solid plan. Like, I feel like those are fighting all the time. I am Jiffy. I have used my art to find myself, and I've always felt alien. So that's why you see an alien before you. So thank you so much for joining us in my little corner of the galaxy. And a little high note to add on is I've officially commissioned my full 2D live model. So that'll be started on October 9th, and I'm not sure when it will be done. You've never seen an alien before, me neither. No, I'm kidding. I grew up always feeling pretty alien. I related a lot to alien characters or robots, so I just thought it was a good look. Let's see here. Oh, see. So you fear Frankenstein. That's interesting, Souls. Why do you fear Frankenstein? What is it about Frankenstein that scares you? Because for me, I empathize with the Frankenstein monster. It was created and brought into this world, and like everyone rejected them, right? That's kind of how I feel on a day-to-day. Corb says, I can't remember when I got diagnosed with autism. I assume it was a long time ago. I assumed that I just accepted it anyways, probably because at the time I didn't know what autism was. Yeah, that's totally fine. So I don't know if you identify as male. So as someone who grew up female, and a lot of the criterion for being diagnosed was only centered around boys. And they present very differently from girls. And a lot of the times, girls tend to be misdiagnosed with like personality disorders. Like, we're kind of more expected to socially blend in than males. Yes, you're a male. Okay. So a lot of, if you, I don't know what your age is, but I'm assuming similar to mine. There was just a lot of, oh, that's just what happens, I feel like from what I've heard from other friends of mine that are male that have been diagnosed very young, like they kind of got coddled too much, and it was kind of the opposite effect. Like they got babied a lot, like they kind of like no one really addressed the problem. But that seems to be the overarching thing, is no one's addressing the problem. And growing up, I didn't have any girlfriends. I didn't have any friends. I hung out with guys because they made more sense to me, I guess. And I got ostracized from every like female group I was a part of. And like no matter what I did. So there are two very different experiences, and that's why autism is a spectrum, right? Everyone's different. Things are getting talked about a lot more than they used to be. but I know there's like a lot of doctors are like, oh, everyone's just looking for the autism diagnosis. Like, no, that's not what's happening. There's just more of an understanding now of what it can actually mean, especially for girls. There was a point where like I was always trying to fit in with girls all the time, and I always did something to make me look like they would look at me weird all the time. And I'm like, I don't understand the rules of being in a girls group, like, ever. I have a sense of humor more like a dude, or whatnot. So that's why I've like kind of gotten to a point of where I feel like I'm non-binary, because gender roles really confuse me. And while I have grown up female and might present more that way, like, that's just what I'm used to, but I don't feel either way. I feel like both genders can get along and be one and the same. So sorry for my tangent there. Soul says maybe I was scared of the doctor of Frankenstein, not Frankenstein, since so I mean that is an interesting point. Like, this crazy doctor made this, what the people thought was an abomination. That's not the monster's fault that he was created like that, right? So I think that's a good like sentiment to like, the way you are, there's nothing wrong with the way you are. Like, you should never take like, oh gosh, you should never feel bad about who you are. Let's see here. David says gender roles confuse me too. I feel like I'm a non-binary myself. Yeah, and I can go on a whole tangent about that. I grew up, hey, I'm a girl, but like I felt like I had to really like fit in where I felt was comfortable, and like I didn't really experience a lot of feminine things until way later in life. Corpsezilla says gender roles are always confusing. Yeah, I feel like I'm glad that you guys understand that it's, at the end of the day, we're just all people or aliens, and we're all just different creatures trying to exist. I think sometimes putting gender can really put too much pressure on a person. So, but I appreciate that a lot. So I'm rambling a lot today. It's been a rough week. I wanted to talk about fear today, and not knowing who you are can also be a fear. But I wanted to kind of open up the chat and see if you guys have anything that you would like to talk about that you're scared of. It can be as literal or as figuratively as possible. You do not have to share any personal details if you do not want to, but I wanted to talk about it because it was weighing heavily on me this week. And some of it is because of, just me doing the streaming and the Discord and doing all the stuff that I'm doing right now. We've had some hiccups here and there, and I appreciate everyone being really patient with the Discord. The expectations that are going to be there for me, doing this instead of working a normal job. I feel I'm afraid a lot. So I thought it'd be a good topic. And if anyone felt like sharing something that you're scared about, we can all talk to each other. And I thought it might help. One of the things that I originally started to do with my art page and this channel, it was all about a self-discovery journey for me, and it still is. Self-discovery never stops. And I think I said it earlier to David's comment, is yes, we can rationalize things as much as we want, but I think unless we accept and acknowledge the fear, and a lot of times that fear can be stemmed from PTSD or the childlike sense of ourselves. Or we might have grown up or been brought up in a situation where you didn't feel safe to express yourself. Everyone should feel safe to express themselves. But everyone, experiencing that should also be able to put up boundaries. So we're getting in a better spot, I feel, socially, that people can feel like they talk about stuff. But I think because things have been built up over so many decades, there's just so much to talk about. It can seem like a lot at first. I used to what I call trauma dump on people. And I know not everyone is okay with that. You really should ask before doing that, but I understand the urge because you're like, oh, someone's listening to me and wants to know what I'm about. And I've met very few people in my life that are okay with that, but I think it is also fair to give people time to process if they can handle that. Let's see here. You watched a few animes over the weekend? What'd you watch, Souls? Corb says, so for me, on my fear, I fear wasps because I have experience with them in the past. Funny story, I also have a fear of wasps. I actually got stung by one like a month ago. When I was really little, I was in summer school and they had the gym door open and I got really it was really hot outside. The bugs were getting in. And I remember rolling around on scooters and there were wasps in the gym and we were like running over them with our scooters. Well, I did one of those climb the wall things with like circular pegs to like pull myself up. Well, I missed and I fell. And I fell all the way down and smacked my head on the gym floor, and then a wasp came up and just stung me right in the neck. So, I mean, I probably deserved it for running over his fellow friend with a scooter. David says, one of my biggest fears, other than the unknown itself, is actually betrayal and losing people who are close to me. I don't necessarily mean death, but that as well. So that's another thing I've been kind of rediscovering this week, of my fear of disappointing people or losing people that I care about has been like really triggered this week. And it's just because I have a lot of abandonment stuff, and it goes back to I'm around people more now that would give me the space and time to talk about those things, and I wasn't for a really long time. So I hope that, you know, wherever you are, that you feel like you can talk to the people close to you and let them know, even like, I wouldn't say embarrassing, but your fear is there for a reason. It's a natural response, but yeah, a lot of it stems from trauma or just your experiences that have led you to believe that this could happen again. Let's see here. Yeah, losing someone as a friend, being disowned for being myself. I feel that a lot. I've been struggling with that. I thought I had a good handle on it, but I am really worried about being disowned for being myself, and something I'm struggling with. Let's see. Soul says, I watch anime. Isekai no longer belong in this world. Ah, cool. How do you like it so far? Fun time, Freddy. See, Kichigo, Fazbear. Greetings, it's me. Welcome, Fun Time Freddy. Is this your first time here? I appreciate you stopping by my little corner of the galaxy. Let's see. Corp says, an angry wasp stung me in the forehead, and it was in the summer. Oh man, right in the The one that got me recently was like right under my like right arm and like little fleshy bit underneath like my bicep. You'll give a nice summer? Yeah, absolutely. So today, talking a little bit about fear. If it makes you feel better to kind of get it out there, to talk about what you're worried or like fearing currently, please put it down below. There's no pressure. I like to make sure this is a space where people can share as much as they want or as little as they want. So, and if people do share, do not be a jerk. Do not harass them. That is not okay in my stream. So, while you guys are doing that, I'm gonna work on, let me pull up here. Alright, so you guys might recognize these too. I originally created them. One second, let me move my VTube over just a little bit. There we go. Woo. I originally created these two sometime after I was diagnosed. I have autism and ADHD, and it always feels like they're at odds. Like two siblings that, like, you know, they love each other, but they just don't, you know, they have very different personalities. So I'm going to continue working on this, but before I do, let me show you guys where I'm at on Nebula. And thank you guys so much for stopping by the stream last Friday for Stray. It was really fun and chaotic. I will let you guys know, and I'll do a reminder in my Discord, that I'm actually going to be gone this Friday. And that is going to be... Let me check the calendar. Where are you at? That is going to be... Which day is that? That'll be October 4th. We have a... Okay, bear with me here. We have... My husband and friends are really excited about this. They re-released for the 25th anniversary, they re-released the Yu-Gi-Oh cards that originally came out, and we got a bunch of box sets that we're just going to draft decks and play together. And I know that's really important to my husband and friends, so I just wanted to take a day to just do that. Let's see here. Corb says, at least the rest of the wasps were angry at the other people nearby their nest since they were just bullying. Yeah. David says, I'm sorry that I have not been able to make the Friday streams with all the meetings for the upcoming con. That's totally fine. Like I said, all my videos are up on a playlist. I try to make sure there's no pressure on that, but they're always there if you need them. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh. So yeah, I guess it's just gonna be me and a couple of close-knit friends. Because we only had enough funds to purchase certain amounts of cards. But we're gonna draft some cards and have some good old middle school fun or high school fun. But yeah, so let me pull up this. So Nebula, you'll probably notice I changed her lower half just a little bit, which is indicative to the original concept I had for Nebula. It was more chibi, more small, but I wanted to make her a little more compact, but she is almost done, and I'm very excited about that. Let's see, Soul says, a depressed author only known as Sensei makes a suicide pact with his girlfriend Sachan before they can do anything. They are struck by a truck. Sensei suddenly finds himself in another world. He tries to get himself killed, but fails due to luck and inadvertently saves a cat girl Oh, okay, I gotcha. Man, some of these animes are getting so silly. We just wrapped up the first season of Frieren, and it's so cute. Corp says, ironically, these wasps are not the normal black and yellow wasps. They are black and white, and they built their nest in the ground. Oh, I think we have those in our apartment area. At whatever flowers that they keep putting outside our apartment buildings, I think is what attracts them. But yes, pull this up here. Yes, they're doing a season 2 of Frieren. I'm super excited. Cool. So today... I'm just gonna work on these guys, just kind of get the sketch going. It's as far as talking about fear, I have been worried about failure a lot, and that's a big thing when you're starting, especially if you're trying to do streaming or you're trying to do something outside the normal 9-to-5 job. And I've had to put my website on pause. And hopefully it doesn't get deleted, but I've been paying for the website, but I hadn't gotten the things up and running yet. I'm trying to do things in quote unquote the correct order, but there really isn't when you're trying to make a business for yourself or a, platform for yourself. So it's there, but I have not been able to get the products just yet. So there were some other priorities like updating my VTuber. We have a computer that we've been paying off, and just got a little ahead of myself because I want everything to happen now, and I'm not appreciating the journey enough, which is bad Jiffy, because that's a big thing for me. Appreciate the journey, not the destination. So, but for now, I just thought it'd be fun to work on these guys. We have basically the names Neuro and D. Their last name is Vergant. It's supposed to be French sounding, but it's supposed to be a play on neurodivergent. And one's a mime and one's your traditional party clown. And, I normally draw very voluptuous girls and ladies and all that stuff, but I kind of wanted to draw something more cartoonish and more childlike here. So, yep. Corb says another fear is one of the common ones, spiders. It's also the oldest fear I have. Although I don't fear them as much as I used to. Yeah, I have a friend that's like very kind to like all animals all the time, and when I see that, I'm just like, I can't be. I don't want to kill the spider or whatnot, but I have a harder time, honestly, with the house centipedes than I do spiders. Okay. Turn that down just a little bit. Make sure the music's not too loud. Oh, yeah, we turn it down just a couple of knocks here. There we go. But yeah, well, I appreciate you all sharing. I know it's really hard sometimes to share personal feelings, again, due to fear of like the judgment or rejection and whatnot, but I always, at the end of the day, try to be as honest as I can about myself, even if it's embarrassing, because if I at least understand myself, I can, you know, work on it. Corp says, for me, it's the bigger spiders that I fear the most. Yeah, there's some spiders that get way too big. That's a nope from me. But yeah, I thought it'd be a good topic today, especially going into October, spooky month. There's all kinds of fears, and at the end of the day, they're not all irrational, but you should accept that it is something that you fear and figure out where it stems from, whether you talk about it in therapy or you're working with it with a friend or someone you care about. But I think it's equally important to be around people that you can talk to about that, which again, I didn't have for the longest time, so I'm still getting used to that, and it freaks me out a little bit because I fear that they're lying because I've been lied to a lot in my life. So again, the more you acknowledge where the fear is coming from and you acknowledge the fear itself, I think it'll really help you. You can rationalize things all you want, but sometimes fear is very irrational. Let's see here. I don't have any experience with the spiders. They are just terrifying. Yeah, they're pretty spooky looking. But here's what might help you, Corb. You know what helps me with spiders? Look up just jumping spider pages on like Reddit, Facebook, or whatnot. They're very cute. They're very harmless, and they're like very fuzzy and cute looking, and that's been helping me a little bit. But yeah, I appreciate you guys letting me vent a little bit. It's just been one of those weeks that I've let fear really take over, which is why I used to not do what I'm doing right now. The fear of judgment, failure, all that stuff. But you know, you're just going to keep stressing about it, so why not just do it? If you think you're going to fail anyways, might as well just try and see what happens. Alright, there we go. Okay. Start over here. But yeah, appreciate you guys letting me vent a little bit. Sometimes I get stuck in these little loops, and it's always just good to talk about it, and it's always good to have people to talk to about it, because again, it's okay if you have an irrational fear. It stemmed from something, right? A lot of mine is from trauma, so I appreciate when I have the space to talk about it with people. The fear of death, yeah. The unknown is a very scary thing. And I think that's what makes humans, you know, speaking from an alien's perspective, that's what makes humans special, is because they have, you know, because of the limited time that they are here, you have to really appreciate the time you do have. You know, that's why I try not to ever go to bed angry with people, because I don't want the last thing that I remember or that they heard from me is something mean, sad, angry. I want to make sure that it's something that they know that they're cared about and that they're loved, because I know I would want that. And again, I appreciate you guys being so patient with the Discord. It's not like completely borked or anything. There was just, we want to make sure that people that are getting access to certain parts of the Discord are following what our like original plan was. What do you guys have planned for the rest of the week? I have a lot of arting to do, that's for sure. I got a lot of thinking to do about how I want to move forward with stuff, especially with, you know, the update coming. I'm very, very excited about that. It's always nice to see your creations, like, the thing that you have in your head become like a physical, tangible thing. Let's see. Withered Twilight Sparkle. Ah, an alien running away. Hey, I promise I'm not that scary. Just a little blue sometimes. Welcome to my little corner of the galaxy. Thank you for taking the time to stop by. Don't worry, I'm not invading anyone's planets. I believe I was born on Earth and just recently realized I was an alien. So. Been blending in my whole life, and now I'm finally myself. Leave me alone, please don't hurt me. Nope, I do not like to hurt people. I come in peace, I swear. If I had to narrow it down, I think what I'm afraid of is like not being accepted to be myself, and finding who that is has been a really rough journey. And I feel like I've been finding that the last like handful of years, and I'm still struggling to like feel okay about it. David says, oh yes, I have watched Steins Gate, Souls. My husband was very insistent that we watch Steins Gate, and I absolutely loved it. It was exactly what, like, it had the kind of vibe that I would go for. Let's see here. David says, after tonight, I am going back to work tomorrow, with my next job being Wednesday next week. Another long stretch. I'm so sorry about that. Work really should not be taking up as much time as it does in people's lives. It leaves less time to be for living. Let's see here. What is your name? I got a spare soon. My name is Jiffy Lee. I have been using my art to find myself on a road of self-discovery. I've always felt alien as a late diagnosed autistic, so that's why you see an alien before you. Yes, I will not be frying anybody's brains. Nope. Brains are not appetizing to me, I promise. Let's see here. Withered Twilight Sparkle. I don't got a brain, I'm an animatronic. Hey, you know, it's another thing I related to growing up was robots. I love robot characters. Orb says, it's a new chat person who is afraid, and I have no idea why I'm scared about it, but I am anyways. That's okay. That's, you guys can accept what you're feeling right now. If you're feeling scared, that's okay. It's okay to not be okay. Oh, I just realized. 1 second, guys. I was like, why am I not recognizing this music? I'm gonna get copyright struck. Crap. It was not playing the listed music. Here we go. Oh no. Okay, I might have to edit some of that music out later. I apologize to whomever's music I was playing. I did not realize it was doing that. New member to this corner of the galaxy. Absolutely. I wanted to create a space with how big and scary the galaxy is. I wanted to create a little stopping place for people to chill for a little while. I think it could be Rainbow Dash. She hasn't been around in a while. Rainbow Dash is pretty cool, and I've also heard she might be 20% cooler than most of you. Just kidding. Yeah. It gets a little tricky with the music when you go into streaming and whatnot. Like, I usually use Stream Cafe because they have kindly made music that you can use for free as long as you credit them. But occasionally my YouTube music player messes up and starts playing a different song. Oh no, David says the cupcake. That cupcake I found was delicious. Oh no, no cupcake stuff in my chat, David. No, this is not a horror channel. Oh man. And yeah, again, don't worry on making it to streams. Everything is uploaded on my channel for your guys' discretion. I wanted to make sure, like, yes, views and stuff are very important, likes and subscribe, which if you would take a few moments if you're new here to like and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. I know they help me out in that sense, but I understand like feeling like pressure to do that. And I think as a content creator, that's what gets frustrating. It's like, okay, we have to do the thing. Like, I just want to make a video, but no, I gotta do all my plugs and do all that stuff. Let's see. Corp says, not a horror channel. Are you sure? I don't know. Well, I mean, if you're watching me play Stray, I do scream a little bit. And there's a little tiny bit of a horror element, but if I truly played a horror game, I don't think you guys would have eardrums left. We are talking about fear. Okay. Oh, thank you, Wither Twilight Sparkle. I really appreciate that. The update will be coming soon for my full 2D model, and I am very excited. I've been working with this artist for a while. She is linked down in my description. If you like my PNG tuber, hit her up for a commission. She's currently open, but I really appreciate that. There's a lot that has gone into the creation of this character. I've drawn the original concept, but as someone that was new to digital art, I had a fellow artist that I knew help me kind of like evolve her a little bit. So I set some images in for her about like what, you know, updates I want and how I kind of want things to look. I'm really, really excited to see what she comes up with. Let's see here. Okay, and I originally had her like wearing a dress, but I think I'm gonna do pants for her, just to kind of give them I'm giving the clown, the party clown, more like circles and round shapes, and I wanted to give the mime more like straight lines and whatnot. Do you guys like my note over here? Tears are just upside down balloons. Is that not dramatic or emo or what? Oh man. Let's see here. Corp says you're right. Although I would be at peace at least. I don't have to worry about hearing any high-pitched sounds whenever something is producing it. So that's an interesting thing that you brought up. I do have some, you know, friends on the spectrum, myself included, were maybe not high pitches. I don't know if I can hear high pitches as well as most people because of the hearing loss that I've had. But I do know that some people on the spectrum experience sound, and especially higher pitches, like where dogs can hear, and it hurts their ears so bad. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, hello, Rainbow Dash. La 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 la. Running away. I better head back to my private cove. Well, thanks for stopping by my little corner of the galaxy. Oh, man. Yep. Well, I appreciate you guys letting me ramble a little bit. I try not to get too, like, personal on the page, but again, originally this whole thing was started as a way to kind of, maybe it was like to talk to myself, because verbalizing things and hearing things is very important to me as someone who grew up with basically almost no hearing. So sound, hearing things is a way of a good affirmation for me. Let's see here. Withered Twilight Sparkle says, "Whoa, did she run away? I think she's never saw you before." Corpse says, "I certainly can hear high-pitched sounds. I hear one right now as we speak." Oh, and I've heard that could possibly be due to like electronics. I think me and my friend were walking by somebody's yard at a park, right? And they apparently had one of those systems that kind of make high-pitched noises for like rodents and like pests or whatever, and I couldn't hear it, but he was trying to show me on his phone. He goes, "This is what I'm hearing right now," because he had some sort of app that can detect higher pitches, and I'm like, holy cow, I can't hear that at all. How did I become an alien? I've always been an alien, and I've just accepted that about myself. Hope that helps. I'm becoming more myself every day. The more I accept and love myself, the more me I become. Even the parts that I might be embarrassed or ashamed of. But those are things that I was probably taught to be embarrassed or ashamed of, but I shouldn't have to be. Okay, now the good thing about doing digital that I've been enjoying is I've been able to really clean up some anatomy issues that I have with drawing. Let's see here. I can't tell you got tongue if you're an alien. I'm not sure what you're saying, but there is a tongue in my mouth. The pitch stopped good. Sometimes I have like a constant ringing in my ears, but it's normally like, even in the silence, it's low enough that it's not like super distracting, but sometimes when I'm trying to sleep, it's really frustrating. Let's see here. Is what a bad word? I apologize. No, I'm good. Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, is pitch a bad word? No. Let's see here. I made it stop. I was changing my AirPods. Oh, okay. I gotcha. Nope. It is not a bad word. There are just some pitches or frequencies of sound that hurt people's ears, and if you're on the spectrum, you're more susceptible to those kinds of things. So I know I've had a few people send me a list of games that they would like me to play after we're done with Stray. I think I have about two more sessions left, and then I'll be done with Stray. So I need to look into my next game. I'm preferably currently trying to find things that are a little compact that I can play through. As much as I love playing open world stuff like Fallout and whatnot, I want to make sure that I'm not going too long on a series. Let's see here. It's your birthday? Oh, happy birthday! Happy birthday. Yep. Actually, you know what? Let me put a few more, since I'm just working on the sketch. Let me put up the rest of the stars for you guys. Here you go. There you go. Have all the colors. Yeah. Happy birthday. Yeah, you did. Yep. I have that list in my messages. I'm going to go through them, and there was one in particular that looked interesting that I'm going to check into. Let's see here. David says something that can be implemented into the Discord is when you go live on YouTube. Yes. So that's an issue that we're having. One of the issues is YouTube and Discord don't work as well as Twitch and Discord, if that makes sense. So that will hopefully be fixed. Have I played FNAF before? I have not, but I have seen so much of FNAF. I can't do jump scares because that's just too anxiety inducing for me, but I have seen a lot of it. I did like what they tried to do with Security Breach, but I feel like they rushed it and like it's very glitchy and has a lot of issues, but I liked the idea of it a lot. I think Chica is probably my favorite because I really enjoy birds a lot, but yeah, I like Chica. It was definitely a really, like, I enjoy horror games that have a good, that have a good story kind of attached to it, but I just have a hard time with the jump scares. My favorite type of horror stuff is like really creepy stuff and like the constant looming dread kind of thing, but nothing ever really happens, if that makes sense. I'm just drawing, that's all I'm doing. Okay, so I think I originally really wanted to do... I had a dress, but I thought to really show the duality is have her in pants. Oh, thank you, Souls. I'm trying. It's been one of those weeks, and trying to switch to this from a normal day job has been it's been a lot, but the stress is better than like the stress I feel at my job. There just seems to be a lot more fear of failing. Yeah, hey, I hope you're floating around having a good time. Don't let failure get to you, Jiffy. What thought of the prize game you won? So we just kind of got back from vacation. I'm gonna actually have my husband boot that game up. He's finishing up a few games, and I want, because it definitely seems more like a game that he would enjoy, and I love watching him play games. So I'm gonna have him boot that up and then watch him play it, if that's okay. But maybe, you know, he's really good at like helping me feel okay about trying new games. So I may try it myself yet. I just want to make sure that I like give it time and like dedicate to it, kind of thing. But it will be played one way or another. That's fine, thank you. Yeah, and we both know like what each other likes as far as games go, so we like to like take turns showing each other games, anime, and all that kind of stuff. Let's see here. I'm not sure what Twilight's doing, Rainbow Dash. Sounds like she's just floating in space from what I'm understanding. You thought the chat were on vacation? Well, I mean, there was a little vacation for me. Let's see. Oh, hello, Mr. Knight of Knee. Hey, Jiffy wanted to pop in to say, hey, well, hey, how are you doing? Thanks for working so hard on the Discord. We're talking about fear today. If you want to, you can rewind a little bit of ways, but everyone's kind of sharing what they've been afraid of or what they're worried about. And something that David brought up earlier in the chat is like, you know, if we rationalize everything, we can make it work. But sometimes, like, I think it's more important to address the irrationality and the like vulnerability of the feeling before you try to rationalize stuff, or I feel like it doesn't go away. Yeah, keep being awesomeness and coolness, says Souls. And see, David says, speaking of, can you send me some of the art from the contest so I can see it? Yeah, absolutely. Corb says, didn't you pull the chat back into a usual place on the screen? Yeah, I tried to. I'm still tinkering around with how the chat works, but I do like it better this way with the background being transparent. So, let's see here. Yeah, actually, Souls can send you the entries if you guys wanted to chat about that. I bet they'd be more than willing to send that to you. Let's see here. Chris Claudio Molina, 8 Mr. Okay, happy good morning Monday to welcome to the chat. How are you? Thanks for stopping by my little corner of the galaxy. No, I've been having a week, letting fear kind of run rapid as it does sometimes, and I thought it'd be a great topic, especially going into October. So, whether it's an irrational fear or a fear made, you know, spurned from trauma, I wanted to, you know, open the floor if anyone wanted to share. Thank you, Chris Claudio. You recognize that chatter from last time? Yep, I'm gonna keep an eye on it. Eventually, the website, like I said, will be up and going. I've had to put a pause on it. I didn't know, so I use Squarespace, and they don't really put it in their terms and services that, you know, if I stopped my payments on it, that if the website would disappear or not. So there's a 50-50 chance it might, so I might have to start all over. But I was spending money month per month, and I had it all set up, except I don't have the product yet. There's still, as long as they don't do a sweep of inactive accounts, I should be okay. So, but that's just part of the learning process, you know, finding out what you want to do first, and there's no correct order, I feel. There probably is, but all of this is a huge learning curve. And again, fear used to keep me from doing this, but I'm doing it now, and I'm still worried about failing, but at least I'm doing it, right? really excited to color these guys in, and I'm not sure if I'm wanting to do like some very texture stuff, like some Monty Python type stuff. Some like old, I like to call it scrapbook, if that makes sense, like really like patterned brushes and whatnot. But we shall see. One second. Sorry, I was checking messages. Okay. Yeah. Well, thanks for letting me be a little sentimental tonight, guys. I try not to be too... It's hard to be vulnerable, whether you're in therapy or just talking with a friend, but I wanted this space to be a space for people to do that, and I need to follow up with that. Bum, 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 bum. And just a reminder for those just tuning in, if you can like and subscribe if you enjoy your time here in my little corner of the galaxy, I would really appreciate it. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. Excuse me. Bum, 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 bum. So I'm not sure if I've done it yet. I know I've talked briefly in a lot of my streams about a lot of the characters that I draw. Would there be any interest in an art stream where I go through my characters and I explain like what their correlation or relations are? I know I've done it like sparingly here and there, so there might be a little bit of repeat, but would you guys enjoy a stream where I go through and talk about each character? Because what I've learned during my self-discovery journey is I like to draw characters that represent like a time or a place or a part of myself. And yeah, are they a little cringy sometimes? Yeah, probably, but like they really help me out a lot. Let's see, David says, I would like that, or at least of shorts based on this. Absolutely. Now, I think what I could do is like, I don't feel like they're going to be super long explanations either, so I feel like it could be a short segment of a video before I like get started working on stuff. But character creation has been very therapeutic for me. It was interesting because a long time ago, one of my cousins like, well, just draw what you feel. And I'm like, I don't know how to do that. But funny enough, as I kept drawing, I was doing that. And that's where these two came from. something I've noticed. I'm trying to make sure that these two, and again, it can be corrected digitally here. I want to make sure these two are like the exact same shape and build, but like their external features like the hair, outfit, and makeup are what separate them. A lot of things are funny, Twilight Sparkle. I laugh at a lot of things. Okay, I think actually I'm gonna take a quick little aliens room break and refresh my drink, and then I'll get back to working on this, okay? I'll be right back. Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much for waiting. I guess a good thing. Thank you, David. I think something to think about, like, trust me, I have my cringy original characters and whatnot, but I think a good way to look at a character that you create is like, why did I create this character? What does it mean to me? Because it stems from something. And just about every character I've ever drawn stems from something. And it was such a crazy revelation once I realized that. And I'm just like, well, I just want to keep doing that. And I just got excited. And, you know, unfortunately, some of these are tied to like sad stuff or like traumatic events, but like it helps me process them. I think it's a very, very healthy way to process trauma. So, I've always really been interested in like art therapy and whatnot, but I was thinking about actually going to school for art therapy, but I wasn't really sure if that was something I could do or how to implement it. But I always encourage people to create or draw or whatever they like to do, because it, you know, art has such a way of expressing things that you didn't realize was there, or that you didn't know how to express. I guess while we're on the topic of the characters I've created, off the top of your head, do you guys have a favorite so far that I've done? And a lot of them have been a part of my refresh series. You know, off the top of your head of the ones that I have done, please let me know. Because I'm curious as to why you connected them. I'm really excited for the update for the VTuber. I really love my little drawing tablet here, but we're going to kind of work on doing more of like a transparent, like hologram type thing. So hopefully you can see more of the model. I'm just really excited. Very, very, very excited. And I know that I have put it in very capable hands. And I'm pretty sure when I color these guys in, I'm definitely going to make the mime Neuro here all black and white, shaded everything, and then her sister obviously very colorful. But I want to make sure, like, I wanted to kind of make the mime look like she's from the old Rubber Hose cartoons, the old like 1940s cartoons. Okay, so we got that. Draw some feet here. I always draw the same kind of like feet, and they always look like they're wearing boots no matter what, which is funny because that's all I used to wear was boots. Let's see here. David says, my favorite one was the pony one with the UFO. Reason, the sentimental reason behind that piece. Well, thank you. I'm definitely still working on that behind the scenes. And I think that's another thing I'm running into, because it's probably the ADHD, is I do have plenty of projects to work on, but trying to know what to prioritize has been a little hard. You know, because I want to keep a series going, like the Refresh series, which is rounding out to a close. But like sometimes you just get a little like burnt out on one thing, and like I've been working and working and working on that, and I'm like, I haven't been doing enough personal projects, so I definitely want to make sure that's in there. But it is definitely on the docket to finish. Yep, switch it up. Yep. I always like to joke, but it's really not a joke. I live my life on constant side quests, because otherwise, if I have to worry about the main story, nothing's getting done. So it's like the side quests become the main story, because I'm super meta like that. Okay, so maybe what I'll do to make sure they're the same size, do my little cheaty trick here. Boop. There we go. Let's see here. No, you're totally fine. So originally it was a surprise. I had started working on it for my anniversary this year, and I was wanting to do it traditionally, which I hadn't done in a hot minute because I've been really focused on digital art, and there's just so much more room for error when you're doing traditional stuff, and it wasn't turning out the way I liked, and I didn't have a lot of like freedom to kind of really play around with like the way I wanted it to look without having to start completely over, if that makes sense. So I decided to switch it to digital, and so far I've been able to like place things where I want. I can kind of play around. That's why I've been really enjoying doing digital art, is it gives me like a in real time ability to play with perspective and like sizing and anatomy portions and all that without having to start completely over. So it no surprise ruin there. And that was again more fear of like I was worried to disappoint, you know, my husband because I didn't get it done, and I'm always worried about disappointing people that like that I forget. Like I think the big thing is I'm worried about disappointing myself, but I'm always more worried about disappointing people than anything. But that is just some learned behavior that I have been working on for a long time. And I have a harder time when it comes to like, you know, if it's just for some rando, I don't care. But when it's people I care about, I put my all in everything. So, and the thing that I've learned, you were talking about, David, you're talking earlier about losing friends, losing people. I understand that. Completely understand that. But if you start and you feel like you're around people where you always are afraid of losing them, you start losing yourself. And I think if you're around people that make you feel like you're losing yourself, that may not be healthy. Because that's exactly where I was for a long time. If you start people pleasing too much, you will lose yourself. You shouldn't have to fight to fit in or for people to understand. Like, yeah, you're gonna have conflicts with people, but biggest thing I've learned is I should not have to fight so hard to fit in. Even if I feel weird, the people around me that care about me will make me feel included no matter what. And I unfortunately didn't experience a lot of that until way later in life. My husband has a great group of friends that he's known forever. They all have their things, you know, they all are a certain way. They are themselves. But at the end of the day, like, they all, like, care about each other and respect each other and, like, work it out, you know? I didn't really get exposed to that kind of, like, maturity of friendship until way, way, way late in life. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, goodness gracious. Well, thanks for letting me soapbox a little bit tonight, guys. I appreciate it. It is always hard to be vulnerable. It is always hard to be open, especially online. And that's another thing. I'm just like, okay, well, I've learned how to be open and like vulnerable in my personal life. Can I do that online? Because there is a balance, and a lot of people online like to push boundaries, even more so than in your personal life sometimes, because there's not, there's just a screen separating you guys. And I think something I really wanted to put and instill in my channel is boundaries. I am always happy to hear people's stories. I love sharing things about myself, but remember that we choose to share those things. Nobody owes those things to you, and if people choose to share them with you, you should really take that seriously. Let's see, David says, I know that I have talked to you about this stuff off stream many times. The fear is still there, but I have been a lot more open about it. Convention and cosplay has been a big thing to help me. That's awesome. To help me be myself and come out of my shell, comfort zone, and be different from the rest of my family. My family is major sports and military, and that is just who I am or not want to be. And that's totally fine. And we've like you and many of like the people that that I know, we've all grown up in this, we'll call it culture, right? That this is like the way of life, and we're always worried about being rejected. I'm still worried about being rejected by, the people that I call family or that I've been brought into, because I'm afraid that the traditional values, like, they're gonna challenge that. But I think they've done a really good job at trying to understand, but I am still afraid of being rejected. So I completely understand. But if people really love you and they understand you, they should at least try to understand. Even if they don't get it all the time, the fact that they're willing to try is important. Hello. Your next line is, hello, Johann. Hey, how you doing? Now, tell me, Johann, have I been pronouncing your name wrong? Is it Johanne? Is it more Japanese, or have I just been butchering your name the entire time? Welcome to the chat. How are you? I hope you're having a great evening. Our topic tonight has been about fear. Fear of all kinds. Whether it's, for a thing like bugs, or a more like personal fear of like disappointing people. Let's see. My pronunciation is Johanne. Oh my god. Oh, I'm sorry, Johanne. I've been pronouncing your name wrong the whole time, and you keep coming back to my streams. Thank you so much. Johanne, that sounds a lot better than Johann. I'm so sorry. The Midwestern version of myself has been coming out in my pronunciation, but Johanne, thank you so much. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Yeah, your mom plays You're a Blue. Yes, I'm Blue Dabadita Adai. Thank you very much. Oh. Thanks for stopping by my little corner of the galaxy. I hope you enjoy your stay here. My name is Jiffy. I'm a late diagnosed autistic. I've used my art to find myself, and I've always felt alien, so that's why you see a blue alien in front of you. Johanne. Well, thank you, Johanne, for coming to my streams, even though I've been butchering your name for months now. I really appreciate it. And see, again, on this channel, in this space, don't make fun of people, don't give them crap, politely correct them. There's no need to be nasty. There are nice ways to like go, hey, A, B, and C. This is how it is for me. We all experience stuff differently and have different points of views. It's not good to jump on people if they don't know. Johanne. There we go. I feel so bad. Well, thank you for helping me correct that. I should have asked sooner. I apologize. Well, thank you so much for subbing, and I hope you have a great rest of your week, and thank you for stopping by. Yeah, thank you so much. Take care of yourself and have a great rest of your week. So, I'm looking for future stream ideas, right? Are there times on Mondays, beside like during my art streams or any time during the week, that you would prefer? I was thinking of doing some like reading. Like if you guys need maybe a playlist of stuff to help you go to sleep, I can talk more intimately into the microphone like this and find some different settings. Okay. Yohane says, one of my fears is that I have fought many different stand users, but one of them has something I've never thought imaginable. They had the power to stop time whenever the user commands it to. Oh no, that sounds terrifying. Do you think you can beat them, Yohane? I think you can. If you know what your fear is, you can overcome it. If you address it, you can overcome it. If you're honest with yourself, you can overcome anything. I feel bad. Every time I do an art stream, I know I don't get a lot of stuff done because I'm too busy chatting. But I'm very excited to see where this drawing goes. Holy cow, it's 7:30 already. Ooh, speaking of anime, I know that's totally a tangent. So I didn't realize how long the series was, but Junji Ito's Uzumaki just dropped on HBO. It's being played currently on Adult Swim on Cartoon Network. I've always really, as far as horror stuff goes, I love Japanese horror because it's always so creepy. And Junji Ito really strikes a chord for me as far as just eerie. It's never. I'm trying to think of the best way to put it. I don't jump scares. I get it; they have their place, but I really love creepy horror stuff that has me on edge the entire time and not knowing what's gonna happen. Where's this turn gonna be? The build up is a lot scarier to me than just booga booga booga. I will say I do like that it says your mom plays has just subscribed to your channel. Oh man. Let's see here. Yohane says, as you know, I'm a huge fan of JoJo, and I know many different stands and its users. Here's a question that was made in heaven. What is your favorite stand? So me and my husband and I have watched a bit of JoJo's Bizarro Adventure. I think we stopped with, which JoJo was it, Blaine?
He got up to where they started going to.
Okay.
He didn't get up.
He says that we stopped right before they got to Egypt. It was starting to get real crazy. I think we were on the second or third iteration of a JoJo. Let's see here. Corp says horror stuff is interesting. Yeah, one of the things, and I've only done it one time, drawing anything that is horrific or scary, I have a hard time with that. And I think it's really fascinating that there are artists that can tap into that, because I just can't a lot of the times. Let me see if I can find it. The closest I ever got, is it in here? Yep. So the closest I ever got, and let me shrink this down a little bit so you can see. This is all traditional art. I originally submitted this into Meat Canyon. I don't know if any of you guys know that animator. He's fantastic. He had a contest like, hey, draw something and I'll feature it in my video. Well, so I work retail, and I've been doing retail like my entire job career. I've been currently at the place I've been for 10 years. And I've slowly over time watched like older people that are like my parents' age or older, that like the job used to be a place where like a retail job, like, yeah, you can get into management, you can make a good career and get a decent, you know, life out of it. And like over time, it's just really shrunk and strained, and like watching them realize that they don't have enough money to retire, that, oh, okay, maybe I'll have to go another year or so. And they're like 65. My estimated retire date, according to my job, is 67, and I'm just turned 35. And that to me was horrifying with how I feel right now. So with a little bit of, again, expression, I made the retail robot. This is supposed to look like my coworker, one of my older coworkers, and I drew it very like 90s cartoon style. But yeah, it's supposed to be a half robot, half human. You know, retail robot, then have the pie sign, then hello, my name is blah blah blah, it doesn't matter. He's holding on to like what I use every day, which is a markdown label machine on his hip, and it says markdown, but eventually it goes to like, please help me, and like it was the first time I like really like raised the question, like taking something that's really messed up to me and like putting life to it. You know, here's him clipping a coupon. All these letters around, like all these words are like what customers say or what society says in my line of work. And it, whoopsie. And the pizza on his foot is indicative of like the pizza parties. There's the Employee Appreciation Day pizza party. And like, to me, this was probably the creepiest thing I could ever make. But that's as far as I can go. But people that can like really tap into horror really fascinate me, and I like wish I can tap into that, but I don't know how. But yeah, sorry for the tangent there. Star Platinum. Ooh. I'll look up who Star Platinum is. Oh, it's JoJo's. Okay, I gotcha. David says, not so much slashers, but I do like creepy suspense and thrillers. Absolutely. Did I just hear the mom joke? Yeah. It was really funny. I was just checking my phone. It says, your mom plays, just subscribe to your YouTube channel. And I just thought that was funny. Yohane says, you mean Stardust Crusaders. I currently stopped after part 4 called Diamond is Unbreakable. I'm eventually going to watch the final 2 seasons of the anime. Golden Wind and Stone Ocean are all of that. Yeah, I think with animes like that, and I think One Piece and other animes kind of fall into that category, like there's just so much of it. I'm just like, I love consuming content, don't get me wrong, but I'm just like, do I have time? Which thing do I need to hyperfixate on? I only have so much brain space. But head back over here. Just had to go on that tangent for a second, but yeah, drawing. So I have 2 more characters in the works for my character creation stuff, and one of them deals a lot with childhood trauma, and I've been trying to like figure out like what's the best way to represent the childhood and the trauma for this character. And part of it is like, maybe I have to draw something more creepy. Like, can I do that? Let's see here. David says, I need to eventually continue One Piece. I am somewhere in the Zou arc, right before the whole Cake Island. I have cosplayed from One Piece. I watched the original, like, first, I think it was 3 seasons before they first split off. But Nico Robin is definitely my favorite. Okay. With that, do here. Let's see here. Why not an animal with human teeth? Dude, there's plenty of like old CGI movies when they first came out that do a lot of that. Like, I'm trying to remember. A lot of like children's movies with animals in like the early mid 2000s, I feel like did that way too much, and they tried to make them too real. The border between human and animal was a little askew. Let's see here. Let's do this. But that was the old days. Oh yeah. I age myself all the time on the channel. So, I usually try to mention the things that I struggle with artistically on the channel, and one of them is expression. And I think that's what's great about mimes is the overexpression. And so if I ever see people making to me it might seem normal, but to them it's an overexpression. I always worry like, oh, is something wrong? A lot of the times I miss it. Sure if that made sense, but it makes sense to me. Oh, I just realized that why does my music player keep playing? I am so sorry. My music player keeps jumping to a completely different playlist. Oh my goodness. This whole stream might be completely copyright struck, but it's fine. Let's see. Corp says, now people are just putting a few human features on animals for horror reasons. You know, you're not wrong on that. Definitely going to have to go back through this video and see what songs we're playing, because I feel really bad now. Usually I have it set up where it will loop on songs, and I'm pretty sure I have the right settings, and it's not doing it correctly. So anybody that has been featured in this video without your permission, I am very sorry. Mhm. Yeah, that's the hard part is the like the chilled music. Like I didn't either. I didn't realize that the music changed like genre. Like it didn't actually. It was the same genre. But yeah, it was not playing from the list that I have down below. So I'm going to have to go through the video and find out what songs we're playing and make sure that they're credited correctly. I appreciate that. Okay. Yeah, I know. That's what's scary is like I really didn't even realize that the music had changed to a completely different artist because they sounded so similar. But when you're streaming, like the music thing is the sound audio stuff is a really big thing. And I'm, again, I'm not profiting off my videos right now, but like down the line, if for some reason I do, all of these videos can get copyright struck and I can get in a lot of trouble. So I'm gonna have to go through it tomorrow to make sure everything is okay. It's frustrating because I completely understand like musical artists wanting to make sure they get their fair shake, but it really makes it hard to stream without like consistent sound because music can really set the mood, you know? I think this is gonna look really, really cute when I'm done, though. Okay, let me see. Okay, yeah, okay, so now it's playing, right? I'm checking my music player now. I'm like, don't do it. I have it set so you're supposed to, like on Spotify, there's like a button to put it on like loop through the the album that you're playing through, but somehow it was not doing that. Let's see here. Soul says Dr. Pepper Blackberry is a new flavor coming out in 2025. Ooh, I'll have to try that. I used to be a huge Dr. Pepper fan. I'm more of a Coke fan now, but I really loved Dr. Pepper during my high school years. I'll have to mess with her bangs a little bit, but let's see here. Let's see. David says that's not the same as the Dr. Pepper Berry one they released alongside Jurassic Pearl. That I don't know. I try to keep up with all, like, I work in a grocery store, so trying to keep up with all the different flavors of sodas that they come out with has been a chore. But it's, I'm always just like, one of the first, like, to get exposure to that. I'm just like, I don't, like, ew, I don't think that looks good at all. Mountain Dew is always coming out with a new flavor. Okay, so it's not the same flavor. Okay. David says, I'm drinking the new Voodoo Mountain Dew right now. Tastes like Skittles. I feel like that's like most of Mountain Dew's drinks anymore. Like they just all taste like pure sugar. And I don't know if that's because I'm getting older or what. Mm-hmm. 7:46. Okay. Yep, rounding off the evening here. I think the only Mountain Dew flavor that I still drink consistently is Baja Blast because it's not super sugary compared to the other flavors in Mountain Dew. Let's see. Let's do green. Okay, total millennial question, but what is your guys' favorite Mountain Dew flavor? Mine is obviously Baja Blast. It used to be like Code Red and Pitch Black, but I know both of those are way too sweet for me now. You like Baja Blast too? Oh, thank you. We have a person of culture in here. No, I'm kidding. Oh, you haven't been drinking soda for your New Year's resolution? Well, awesome. I'm kind of like off and on when it comes to soda. So I've been drinking a lot of like zero everything soda. And I don't even drink it all the time. But anytime I do drink a soda that's like the full sugar, all that, I'm just like, I feel sick. My teeth feel like there's grime on it. I can't do it anymore. You never had Mountain Dew before? You don't need to start, Corb. Don't do it. David says Baja Blast, Code Red back like 10 years ago. Also like Livewire and Sweet Lightning. Oh, sweet. So, sweet. So Livewire came out, when I got introduced to Livewire was in 2008 when Halo 3 launched, which came out on my 18th birthday. And I had like the Halo bottle and like can and stuff for it, but but that's awesome. Yeah, you don't need to drink Mountain Dew, Corb. Don't worry about it. Don't start now. I think something I want to end the evening with before I log off for the evening. For those that have been sticking around since the beginning or for the last few months or so, what are some things that you really enjoy about the channel? What are some more things you would like me to do more of? And what keeps you coming back? Obviously, I'm always going to kind of do what I feel like I want to do, but like it does matter to me what you guys like. Like what things about the channel do you enjoy? Let's see, Corb, me 2 seconds later chugging a whole bottle of Mountain Dew. Don't do it, Corb! Don't do it! It's a trap! Aw, thank you, David. Yeah, I think that's a hard thing with being a creator is knowing that what you're putting out does make people want to come back. I appreciate that a lot. Good. Water is always good, Corb. We need water. David says, not sure what else could be implemented, but I really like the chill vibes of the stream. Yeah, so especially on a Monday, you know, start of the week. I think the world is always going so fast all the time, and as somebody on the spectrum or neurodivergent, like, I'm always, like, I've been conditioned to always be in a hurry or, like, go with the flow, but, like, it is extremely important to slow down, take the time to process everything. Let's see. Soul says, I love the channel, especially the art and video games. I'm looking forward to different video games to try out for fun. I also... a catchphrase! Oh! What should be my catchphrase? I feel like I say a lot of things consistently, but what would a Jiffy catchphrase be? I know a lot of... I say, hello, space travelers, but, like, what is a good catchphrase? That's a very good question. Corb says, I'm just here because I exist. Lol. It's usually the topic of the random stream. Yeah, and as far as like with the art streams, like, yeah, I could be working on stuff, but I want, I guess, like, whatever the content is to just kind of be like an endless discussion, an infinite discussion, if you will, because a lot of times, people don't take the time to slow down and just exist and to talk about things. There's definitely a lot of like things going on in the political climates, the social environment. Like, there's so much going on just in the world. Sometimes we kind of need to dial it down and dial it back a little bit there's so much existentialism. I learned that in my communications class. There's so much outside of our control going on that we kind of forget to look internally within ourselves. And that's where I feel like people get lost in the sauce kind of thing. This is turning out really good. I really like this. Something I don't do enough in drawings is I usually don't draw more than one character per drawing. I really want to start not only expressing myself within one character, I want to show like a connection between more than one character in each of my drawings. Corp says, I mean, the topic of any stream like today's topic is fear. Yeah, I think a lot of the times when I come up with a topic, it's either something that I've been thinking a lot about, or I've been reflecting on about, or it's just something, you know, that just popped in my head. I call them popcorn thoughts. I try to just let my mind wander where it wants to and see where it goes from there. This is so cute. I'm very excited to continue on this. I'm glad that I'm finally working on this. This one's been on the back burner for a while. I've been really focused on the drawings that I had already gotten done from years ago to give them like a new face, a new look, learning digital, that I haven't taken a lot of time to visit my current character creations. They've been kind of on the back burner. So, really quick, if you guys haven't seen it on my Discord, do I have it in here? Give me 1 second. I'm gonna pull it up. Where's it at? Put this up for a second. Let me pull up what I've been working on. So when I went on vacation, I did start my next series, which is the Kirby Cafe stuff. Let me just, if you haven't been in the Discord or you don't have access to it, let me show you. Here we go. Okay. There we go. So while I was on vacation, this is what I was working on. Come on. It's being a pain in the butt. So yeah, I basically, I really love Kirby and the whole aesthetic, and I just kind of like wanted to decorate my kitchen with Kirby stuff since he's always got food involved. Yeah, Dragonfly back. Yeah, that is Nebula. That is Lady Pixel Heart, who did my VTuber or my PNG tuber. I won one of her contests and she drew Nebula based off my original traditional drawing. So yeah. So the Kirby Cafe thing, I haven't drawn a lot of. I follow a artist. I will probably mention him or show them on stream once I start working on this. I think it's Mikuru or Mikuro. Draws so many like images of just Kirby interacting with food, and like whether it's like he's really small, which like on this cotton candy or cake or like pizza down here. It's so cute. An idea? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I have some space in my kitchen. I have like a pastel painting of just like random rainbow splashes of color, and I wanted to put like the Chef Kirby in the middle, but I thought it'd be fun to like create my own art decor for my own home. So, but yeah, that is what I'm working on there. Yeah. Let's see here. Let's see, 7:57. But yeah, I think this is a good place to stop. I think there was a nice conversation this evening. I appreciate you guys always being here week after week. It doesn't matter how many or, you know, how few it might seem. I appreciate that what I'm putting out, that people are responding to. I hope it's relatable. I hope it helps you. I've always wanted to help people, and I feel like this is a great way to do it. But I think I'm gonna head off for the night. Please remember, I think it's Friday, October 4th. I am gonna take another day off. We have some Yu-Gi-Oh! Drafting going on. It's a very special day for quite a few people. Just some nice nostalgia for the people in my life. Miles, well, thank you. The corpse says, all right, time to scram in fear. I feel like the phrase, you have nothing to fear but fear itself. I feel like it's okay to fear, but you need to accept that fear and like talk to that fear. You could be scared of it, but I think if you talk to the fear or you work through the fear and not belittle the fear, that it has meaning and it has its place, that you can work through it easier. But I am gonna head off for the night. I will see you next Monday. I'm gonna think of a topic for next Monday. I'll probably continue working on this. The Discord is still being worked on. Thank you all so much for your patience. Thanks for wanting to be here. Thanks for liking what I do. You have a great rest of your week, and don't forget to be kind to each other and yourself. Have a good night, guys.